I'm storyteller and author Pleasant de Spain, and you have a wonderful imagination. Welcome to Pleasant Journeys. My story for today is from Austria, and it's called The King Who Believed Everything. It's found in my 33 multicultural tales to tell. Long, long ago, there was a king who actually believed everything. If one of his advisors said, "Oh, Your Majesty, the castle is now floating in the air," the king believed him. And if his wife, the queen, said, "Oh, I have been invited to a tea party at the bottom of the sea," the king believed her. If the royal gardener explained that his beautiful roses grew from seed to bloom all in one day, the king believed him. But the king really didn't want to believe everything. And so one day he proclaimed that he would give a chest of gold and the title of highest advisor to the court to anyone who could tell him something that he couldn't or wouldn't or didn't believe. Oh, a lot of people lined up to tell their story to the king, but there was a caveat. If they failed, as so many did, because the king believed so much, if they failed, they'd be put into the dungeon for 1 year. And after a full year had gone by, the dungeons were full. And still the king, so frustrated, believed everything. Finally, he said there will be 2 chests of gold and the position highest advisor to the court. Please, someone come and tell me something I cannot believe. But if you fail, it will be 2 years in the dungeon. There was an old farmer named Wilhelm. He thought long and hard about the proposal, and one day he decided to take the chance. So he went to see the king. I have a story for you, Your Majesty." "Oh, good," said the king. Well, you see, it was just last week that I planted beans, and one of the stalks grew 100 feet tall in 1 week. "Oh, good," said the king. "Yes, I believe that." "Well, I climbed the stalk, but while I was climbing it," said Wilhelm, "it kept growing. And by the time I got to the top, well, now it was 200 feet into the air." "Oh, good, good," said the king. "Yes, I believe you." "Well, the stalk kept growing until finally I was in the clouds," said Wilhelm. "Yes, and then what?" Well, there was a road, and so I leaped from the stalk onto the middle of the road. It was a golden road, Your Majesty." "Oh, good. I believe you so far." Well, then I walked about a mile down this road until I came to a large golden bird that could talk. "Oh, good," said the king. "I believe it all." "Then what happened?" "Well, the bird told me to climb onto its back. It had a special place to show me. And I did climb on, and we flew off all the way to heaven." Oh, said the king, this is good. Oh, yes, yes, go on. I'm believing every word. Oh, well, once I was in heaven. It was a glorious experience. It was so beautiful, so calm, so peaceful. Oh, and such beautiful music was playing. And then, oh, I saw some of my departed friends, and well, they looked healthy and happy. And then I saw my parents. Oh, they were younger and healthier, and and they wore royal clothing and it had little crowns on their heads. Yes, said the king. Oh, keep going. And then what? Oh, then, Your Majesty, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but I do have some bad news. It's about your parents. You see, I remember them from the time that I was a boy here in the kingdom. And, well, your parents, they didn't look well. They didn't look happy. They looked so thin, and they were dressed like beggars, and they were asking for money. And, no, said the king, I do not believe you. Stop right there. That is a lie. And so, old, clever William, he became a wealthy man, and he was the highest advisor to the court. And there ends my story. I hope you liked it. It's an easy and fun story to remember and to tell again, so share it with someone if you will. If you'd be so kind, give it a like. And if you subscribe, I'll be very happy. We're well into the hundreds now, and I hope this channel just keeps growing. And if you leave a comment, I'll definitely respond with pleasure. Now, below you'll find my website. All my books are listed on my website with a direct link to Amazon.com. There are so many stories yet to tell. Another story to tell next week.